I want to thank everybody for joining us today for this presentation of what is the Amicable Divorce Network. My name is Tracy Ann Moore Grant, and I am the founder of the Amicable Divorce Network. And I thank you all for joining us today and for learning about this presentation. Because we are a rather new organization founded in 2019, I do this presentation generally once a month and update it for our audience, as well as any updated information that we have. So if you're watching this recording and you want to tune in live in the future, just look on our website at amicableddivorcenetwork.com. And on the bottom right is our events calendar. You can sign up on there for this presentation, and we have lots of other free events for professionals. And you can sign up there as well and see what we have available. And with that, I am going to get started. All right, so we call the Amicable Divorce Network Divorce for Reasonable People for a very real reason. And what we have found over time is that even people who, from a legal perspective, mental health perspective, or others, appear to be unreasonable, perhaps due to a personality disorder or just general grumpiness, everybody wants to appear to be reasonable. So we have found that just using this catchphrase that this is divorce for reasonable people really brings people to the table. And so this presentation is designed for professionals to learn more about the network. And so we could also kind of flip that around and say that this is a divorce process for reasonable professionals as well, because we're very serious about the type of professionals that we have in our network. So I usually don't know many of you that I am presenting to at all. So I like to introduce myself. My name is Tracy Ann Moore Grant. You don't need to remember all of that. And I am the founder of the Amicable Divorce Network. I am an attorney. I have been practicing for 20 long years in family law. My office is Patterson Moore Butler, which is in the United States and in the state of Georgia, and I'm situated north of Atlanta in Forsyth County. In addition to being an attorney, I'm a mediator, an arbitrator, a guardian ad litem in the court system, a parent coordinator, and I founded the Amicable Divorce Network because I was a frustrated attorney. I would often have clients who would come to me who were very reasonable clients, very normal clients with, standard divorce issues. And they would ask me two questions that I could not answer. How long is my divorce going to take, and how expensive is it going to be? And the reason I couldn't firmly answer those questions for them is because I had no idea who their spouse was going to hire. So that person was a wild card. I might get a call on the phone and, my receptionist would say, the new opposing counsel on the Smith case is on the phone. And in my brain, I would be thinking, what fresh hell is this? Who is this going to be? Because whoever that person is really was going to drive the ship for the entire family. And so it could be somebody I worked really well with. And I was like, I'm so glad it's this person, and we're going to have a great result for this family that's very resolution focused. In the alternative, it could have been a high conflict attorney who I knew was going to drive up cost and conflict for this family. And so very selfishly, I'm a control freak, and I decided I wanted to control as a professional who I was working with so that my clients got the best result possible. So the Amicable Divorce Network started in 2019 in Georgia. We were going to have a little local website. People were going to join it, and we were going to hope to really attract some parties in the area who wanted to be low conflict divorce solutions. And we wanted to be able to show them on a neutral platform who worked well together. Because if I was giving my client a few names of who I worked well with on a Post-it note, I noticed that that wasn't a very credible referral system. So we wanted to use a neutral website. When we started this organization, I invited about 10 or 12 people to attend a lunch, to go over the idea, to see what it was that they thought, and did they want to be involved. Those people brought people who brought other people, and we were just popping at the seams in the restaurant. And we learned very quickly that the right professionals were very attracted to this process. They wanted to be involved. They were asking how to be involved. And so we started in Georgia in 2019, and in 2022 have started accepting members outside of the state of Georgia. And within the last 30 days have started accepting members in the United Kingdom and Canada. So what is it? So it is not a networking group. We are not, like other groups that are purely for networking purposes. We are really serve two different purposes. One is that we represent to the public who resolution focused professionals are who have anything to do with divorce. So we have within our network anybody that a divorced couple might use from start to finish to post-divorce in their case, because our goal is to collect all of the good eggs and put them in the Amicable basket. And so we want there to be one database where anybody can go, whether it's somebody looking for a divorce professional, a mental health professional, a real estate agent to help them, or we have found that we have started to be an incredible referral resource for professionals who are looking to refer cases to professionals in other geographic areas. So we have become a trusted database of professionals. So we have two websites currently. We have the Amicable Divorce Network, which is for our professionals to, like I said, look at professional level blog content, to log into your profile and manage that with pictures, whatever it is that you want to do, and sign up for our professional events. We also have the website Divorce Amicably, which is what we would call consumer facing towards parties who are going through a divorce. And this website educates them in the different areas of divorce and has, content on it such as parenting, financial, mental health, all the different things like that. And then points them in the direction of educating them and advocating for an amicable divorce process. Our professionals are listed on both websites. So when you join the network, you are listed in both places because they both feed off of one database. So any change that you make to your profile immediately populates in both areas. We're continuing to build out the content on Divorce Amicably. We've launched it to get it to be working for us on Google, but we welcome all of our members to submit articles and content to make that a very rich resource. So when the public is looking for professionals, we want them to come to either one of these websites. The second thing that we are is a streamlined out-of-court process. So if you have two parties who are seeking a low conflict out-of-court divorce solution, you can also utilize the amicable divorce process. This is a step-by-step process that involves the exchanging of financial information. We use an online web-based portal called Detour Life. And that is available to our members. And this is a document and financial exchange software. It also has a parenting plan tab. It syncs automatically your client's banking, investment information, things like that, produces marital balance sheets, and you can have it with just you and your client looking at that information and advising them however you would like. Or you can open it up and invite a mediator, a financial professional, your arbitrator, your parent coordinator, or the other side to have full transparency depending on how you want to handle your case. We have a customized team. So if the family happens to need, for example, a divorce coach or a mental health professional or a special needs advocate for their child, or something like that, we want to have all of the different professionals in our network like we do now in Georgia so that we can pull upon those resources to help the family for what is needed and what they can afford. We are currently the only organization in the world that vets members prior to membership for being experienced. We require 5 years of experience in whatever area it is, from real estate agent to attorney to mediator, every category. That's a minimum. You are vetted for being resolution focused and engaging in fair and transparent billing practices. These are very important to us. And there's two ways that somebody can become a member of the Amicable Divorce Network. You can go online, and we have membership resources as a tab at amicableddivorcenetwork.com at the top, and it says professional application. You go through the application process, and we have our internal vetting process that we do. You have to give references and things of that nature. Or a current member of the Amicable Divorce Network can endorse you for membership. So if they've worked with somebody who is a really great, parent coordinator or mediator or another opposing counsel they work really well with, they have the option to endorse that person. In that circumstance, they're vouching for them, and we do not require them to fill out and go through the application process. We do still have internal vetting that we do to make sure that every member is a good fit. A question I get a lot is, what if a bad egg gets into the basket? And we do have a grievance and removal process for members if they end up being not amicable-minded professionals, and we have had to utilize that. Only a couple of times, but we have removed a member or two for not being resolution focused. So you may say, well, why does any of this even matter? Why is this group even relevant? The fact of the matter is that 90% of the divorces, and this is in the United States, so I have some UK data that I can provide as well, but the public would say their divorce is uncontested. If you are an attorney on this call, you probably get these calls a lot. I happen to see the emails that come to my office. I just happen to be copied on them if somebody fills out a contact the law firm form. And I would say almost 100% of the time, somebody is saying, I need help with my uncontested divorce. We had one recently where the person said, I need an attorney for my uncontested divorce. My spouse has filed a family violence protective order against me, and we have a court hearing on, like 5 days from now, and they've hired XYZ attorney, and I need an uncontested divorce attorney. So if you're an attorney, you probably know none of that is uncontested. That sounds pretty contested, but what the public is saying and what they are looking for is they are saying, we want an out-of-court solution. We need help getting there. We don't want to fight. And so the data really shows that this is what people are Googling, what they are looking for. But rarely are they truly uncontested, which in legal terms means we've reached an agreement. We need somebody to draw it up. No negotiation, just make this legal for us. They really are in this amicable space where they want to be uncontested. They want to reach an agreement, but they need help calculating child support. They need help with alimony. They want to negotiate their parenting plan. They have an imbalance of power between the spouses, so that really each should have their own attorney who's resolution focused to help them get to the finish point. There's many different things that can occur within a family. And some people are just uncomfortable negotiating with the other spouse. They don't want to get into arguments. They don't want to make things worse. And they don't want to negotiate, maybe say the wrong thing. So they want somebody to handle that for them professionally. And what I have found over the years is this is really where most divorce cases fall, is in this middle area where people want a good result. They want to be reasonable. They need a little help. So our organization provides vetted to be uncontested professionals. We're the only organization in the world that does that. And if they need more assistance in out-of-court process that has structure and meaning to it to get them to the finish line. Other organizations are based on perhaps you pay your dues, you become a member, or you take our educational program and then you become a member. Whereas we have our gate really at the front of the row and we say, you're resolution focused, you're experienced, you engage in fair billing practices, then we'll let you in, then we'll let you take our training. And so it's sort of a flip on that to make sure that we have the right types of professionals helping clients that come to us for that help. So I'm pointing out here that this is United States data. I did pull this for the UK. So a lot of people, and I will have a specific slide on how amicable compares to collaborative divorce. But what I wanted to show here is that the public does not know the difference when they go to Google, they are using the word amicable and collaborative interchangeably. They have zero idea that there is a difference between an amicable divorce and a collaborative divorce. So a lot of times we have professionals who are collaborative professionals who think they have to choose between doing collaborative or being in our organization, and you don't. For example, my first slide was telling you all the different things that I do. I don't choose between being an attorney or being a mediator or being a guardian ad litem. I have many different skills and tools to offer a client that comes to me. So if somebody's collaboratively trained, we say this is another tool in your toolkit. So when the public is out there Googling amicable divorce, they're going to find you. And if you're in our network, you can offer them amicable divorce. It might be a good fit for them. And this is data, maybe cut off over here, but it was for the past 12 months. On what people are Googling, and this search criteria is for the entire United States. And so then here's the difference between people Googling for uncontested divorce and contested divorce. The blue line is uncontested, and it is way, way above people Googling for contested divorce solutions. So this is just, data to show that this is really what people are looking for more than the contested. And how does uncontested compare to collaborative and amicable? Well, up here, yellow is uncontested. Down here, is amicable and collaborative. So the term that people are using is uncontested by leaps and bounds, 4 to 5 times more than they're using the other terms. And the reason I guess I point this out and I hit this so heavily is that we really do market to the uncontested market, to the people who are looking for those services. We call ourselves the Amicable Divorce Network, but we understand our audience is seeking uncontested divorce. Here I did a breakdown by subregions for those who are joining us from the United States. And so this just showed where people were Googling for actual amicable divorce versus collaborative divorce the most. In California, it was 50-50. And then we have our top 10 states here, starting with number 1, Ohio, and number 10, Virginia. We currently have amicable ambassadors in Pennsylvania, California, Illinois. And so in those areas, we have leadership in place, just like Susie Miller is doing for the United Kingdom, to help us identify like-minded professionals, educate us about that area, and connect us with the community. And so if you're in any of these other states, there's a great opportunity to be involved and capture some of these trends. And if you are in a state with an amicable ambassador, we can put you in contact with them. How are we different from other groups that are out there that service the divorce industry? As I said, we're the only organization in the world that vets our members for being resolution focused, engaging in fair billing practices, and being experienced. And we think that will matter and does matter to the public, that we have that filter of our professionals. We also limit our membership based on geography and population. So the example I always use is I'm sitting in Forsyth County, Georgia. Based on the population of this county, we can have 14 attorneys, 14 mediators, whatever the professional is across the board. If you go down the road to Atlanta, based on their population, they can have 32. If you're looking at Los Angeles County in California, they can have 50. And so since we've been here in Georgia since 2019, we do have categories that are full and have a wait list. So some of our more popular areas like Forsyth, where I am, Cobb County, Fulton County, we've reached the limit of attorneys and the limit on mediators. And the reason that we set these limits is so that our professionals don't saturate a particular area, so that people looking for these services are filtered, we hope, equally among our professionals, and also so that our professionals in a particular area get to know each other and get to work together and build those relationships even further. And so that's important to us. We also offer a certified amicable divorce professional designation. You can become a CADP. And this first designation training is actually next month in Sandestin, Florida, October 20th to 22nd. I think as of today, we have 5 seats left. And so this is a 3-day training where you would take a core class to become a CADP. It's 2 days, it's 15 total hours of continuing education. On the 3rd day, we offer 3 different designations, which are specialty trainings. And so in 2022, those are LGBTQ plus families and children, special needs children, and financial expert, because we are seeing all of these communities access our process. LGBTQ families would like a parallel system to justice, because in some areas they do not feel like they're going to be understood by the court system. And we offer a parallel system to get them divorced where they don't have to worry about what judge they are going to be in front of. We have a lot of special needs families using our process because it's designed for the parties. It can be slow, it can be fast. We cater it for what that family needs. And we find that people with special needs children really take a lot of time with their divorce, sometimes need to hit the pause button, need to focus on their child and do different things also in their case with how you pay child support and different tax issues. And so we want to be able to offer that specialty designation. And then the last is financial expert, because we are seeing more and more, it is actually incredibly high asset cases that are coming to the Amicable Divorce Network because they see the value in the streamlined process, but also it's private. Your dirty laundry is not being aired in the court system. And so we are seeing, recently a $20 million asset, marital asset case, $10 million asset case. And so these designations were picked very meaningfully. If you become a CADP, then next year we're going to offer 5 new specialty designations, and you could add and take any one of those. And these help you market to a particular community that you're hoping to connect with and show them that you have specialized knowledge in these areas. And we have the 2 websites that I've touched on, and we are hoping that everybody will view us as a one-stop shop for referral source. They know that if they're looking at a professional on our website, they've been vetted. And if you're a professional and you need to refer to somebody in another state, you can trust our database to do that meaningfully. So I get asked often, almost every day, how is Amicable different than collaborative? Break it down for me. Again, we vet our members prior to offering them any training. And with collaborative, you take collaborative training, you're deemed to be collaborative and nobody's checking. You could be a jerk and take the collaborative training. You could be a very difficult person. And so we're vetting the mindset on the front end. We limit our membership based on the geography and population. We also design the process for the parties. There are no mandatory professionals. Generally, the 2 attorneys are mandatory, of course. But we see what that family needs and what they can afford. So there are no mandatory professionals because we felt that collaborative wasn't very accessible to the middle class. We do not compromise our confidentiality. Nobody doing an amicable case changes their role other than how they would do their job in any other case. I mean, you might be a little nicer, I hope, than in your contested cases, a little more resolution focused. But I'm not violating attorney-client privilege. Our mental health professionals are not violating their privilege. And so if the case does get contested and has to access the court system, nobody loses the case because you haven't done anything. You've tried to solve it out of court. You were unsuccessful. And so now you're accessing the court system. Overall, since 2019, my understanding is this has only happened twice, that people have been unable to use our system to the end. And so we give our members a lot of training, whether it's through the CADP designation or otherwise, on conflict resolution, how to manage emotions, how to understand your clients. so that when these emotions flare up, you can keep them amicable. You know, they need to understand there's no judge sitting there just waiting to give them, you know, their justice. And so it's really about helping your clients get to the finish line. We don't have pods. Yeah, a lot of times with collaborative, you have a very set network, sort of small pod of people. So if the husband hired me, the other spouse would have to use this attorney. They would get this divorce coach. They would get this financial professional. And those people are, you know, a very tight knit, always working together group. We're more consumer driven. So if one spouse hires me, the other spouse can go to our network and look for somebody they like. You know, maybe they want a man or a woman or somebody close to their work, or a particular financial arrangement. I do flat fee work, which is attractive to some people, and other people, you know, may want a different fee structure. So the clients really drive those choices, and the professionals that they enlist then use their skills to design a very streamlined and meaningful process for them. What we have found in talking with a lot of our professionals is that they're already doing what they're calling collaborative light or quasi-collaborative, which is removing some of the professionals from the process and not really following the collaborative rules. And so that's where we think that Amicable really fits in and will give collaborative professionals who may be finding the traditional approach isn't going to work for a particular client to come into a very structured environment with Amicable to get them divorced and on their way, but still using that same resolution focused mindset that the professional usually has when having a collaborative practice, but not always. Here's some of the benefits of our membership. There's probably too many to list here, but we're on all social media, including now TikTok. We have the Amicable ambassadors who are leadership. We have a board as well. I failed to mention them, and I should. They do an incredible amount for us. We have different events. We have Amicable Academy, which is where we invite the public to come hear a topic. The most recent one we did was how to help children through the divorce process with an organization called Rainbows for All Children. And that's recorded and on our blog. And, you know, that could be attended by somebody going through a divorce, a professional member. It was open to anybody who would like that content. We like to feature our members when possible on this content to give them a boost to their professionalism as well and share their expertise with the public. We have Amicable Divorce Discussions, which is me and another professional member who do a 10-minute recorded conversation on a particular topic. Those are also put on our YouTube channel, put on our blog. People can use it for their promotion and their professionalism, and it really sets them apart on why they're knowledgeable in a particular area. We have Amicable Hour, which is members only. A lot of times this is higher level content, you know, qualified domestic relations orders, or, you know, valuation of pensions, or, you know, some really high level content for professional members to get a different perspective on something and to get some additional education. We also have social events here in Georgia. We have lunches, happy hours, banquets. We do things, you know, usually once a month or more. And so as our network grows, our hope is for that to also be occurring in other areas. In Georgia, we actually have Amicable ambassadors who serve per county. So just in 3 short years, you know, we've gone to just most of the counties where we are have their own leadership, you know, are having their own happy hours, their own coffee meetings, things of that nature. And then we offer the Certified Amicable Divorce Professional designation. And this is just a handful of sort of the highlights. All of this is free. We have 4 levels of membership. They're based on the amount of geography that you claim. So for example, if you're a real estate agent and you're only selling houses in Forsyth County, Georgia, you would want to be just a real estate agent just in Forsyth County, and that's your niche right there. That's bronze level, and it goes all the way up to platinum, which is anywhere the network is, I want to be serving them. And you have to have a license, obviously, or any sort of accreditation to do that. But this is often applying to divorce coaches. We have some international mediators. We have some certified divorce lending professionals. One of them handles 46 states in Georgia, things of that nature. So it's really based on what you want to do, but you don't have to be a a certain level to take advantage of any of these benefits. You can be a bronze level member and do an ad talk and be asked to do things. So it's not based on anything like that at all. This is just more about our conference. It's probably pretty last minute at this point. I don't know, though. I found I plan way ahead and a lot of people don't. So we've actually had a lot of signups recently, but the hotel is sold out. And I mean, our hotel room block is sold out. The hotel rooms that we reserved and the Hilton Sandestin itself is sold out. But this is a big vacation area. And so there's lots of Airbnbs, there's hotels in this area. So anybody that's interested in coming, there's still room for you. And we have a relationship with a rental agency that can help you find a condo or something. Of course, it's all business expense. Get to come be with your people, get the designation, get a specialty designation. And we have some really great events. It's going to go from 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 every day, a little bit of beach time. And hopefully we will have the traditional Florida Panhandle, beautiful weather with clear water. I get a lot of questions about, are we going to do the training next year? Is it only in person? And the first question is, we do plan to offer it every year. It most likely will not be at the Hilton Sandestin again, simply due to some, cost issues that we weren't expecting with that location. So if we do it in person again, it will be somewhere else. It is a training that is designed to be in person. If we are able to translate it to being an online course, we'll have to modify it. Several of our presenters are doing like interactive activities and things of that nature. And one of the reasons it is only in person as well is because we were not allowed to live stream from the Hilton Sandestin. So there have just been some hiccups with that overall. However, we're going to poll our members and see what it is that they want to do and what that interest level is, and geographically where they'd like to go if we offer it in person or virtual next year, and see how we work through that at that time. And next, will we offer these designations again for people who attend this year? These 3 designations will be offered virtually in 2023. So you have the opportunity, if you really wanted to take one of them, to capture 2 of them. Next year, we do plan to have 5 entirely different designations. So we already know that one of them is going to be diversity and culture and parenting plans. And another one is going to be addiction. We deal with a lot of addiction issues with amicable divorce as well, because it is a private process. And so a lot of people, again, don't want to air their dirty laundry in the court system, and they're attracted to coming up with some solutions. And we have some relationships with some drug and alcohol testing. So these are some of our, we have tons of partners. These are some of our major key sponsors. We partner with Our Family Wizard, Detour Life, Divorcetown USA, and ADR Notable. So you will usually hear from them, receive benefits by being in our organization with these particular groups that we are involved with. Detour Life is the web-based financial program that makes the divorce process really streamlined. Divorcetown USA is another networking group. We say we're the Amicable Avenue of Divorcetown. That's a group you can sign up for at any point in your career and have any sort of mentality, but they do a lot of promotion for their members. ADR Notable is if you're a mediator, it's a mediation software, which is really very interesting. It really tracks your agreements and pulls that language over, and we're working on them with a library of content. So if you're a mediator and you need a passport language, for example, you would go to our library and just pull that into your agreement, as opposed to having to reinvent the wheel at every time you go to mediation. I already touched on it, but if you're interested, you can apply for membership at amicableddivorcenetwork.com, and always reach out. Let us know if you want to be an Amicable ambassador for your area. You can reach me at Tracy, Tracy, at amicableddivorcenetwork.com. Or if you know somebody who is a member and you're hoping they would vouch for you, you can reach out to them and ask them to endorse you for membership. And they do that simply by logging into their professional portal. And there's an option there for them to invite and endorse other members. We get that alert, make sure that you're a good fit, and then send on that invitation. And that is all. So if you're joining us today, I again thank you very much. You can reach out to me with any questions. If you're here on the call, please feel free to stay on so that we can have some Q&A. But I'm going to end the recording, and if you're tuning in live, just stay put. Thanks.